I'm so sorry that this whole thing happened.
As I'm getting older, chip upon my shoulder, rolling through life, you roll over and die. La 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 la, la 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 la, la la la.
Hey guys, it's Streed, and today I'm going to be reviewing the 1970s Tobe Hooper grindhouse flick, Eaten Alive. Eaten Alive was directed by Tobe Hooper. It starred Neville Brand, Marilyn Burns, and Robert Englund. This was Tobe's first film after his acclaimed gritty masterpiece, The Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Originally, this was going to ride on the coattails of Jaws and be a ripoff, but luckily Tobe added some of his own creativity to it. The film was about an ornery, reclusive innkeeper named Judd. Since he's been outcasted by the town, he's grown unstable and vicious, so he brutally murders anyone who disturbs him and feeds them to his pet alligator. When a troublesome family comes to stay, he chooses them as his new target, along with other passerbys who dare enter the swampy abyss or disturb his beastly alligator in its foggy lair. The film has a very distinct, giallo-like atmosphere that gives this certain dreamy look to it. You can tell this is a film by Hooper since despite being vastly different from Texas Chainsaw, it still has a few minor elements from it, which makes this a thoroughly enjoyable, Cajun-style creature feature splatterfest that's perfect for grindhouse enthusiasts. This was such an awesome ride. This has to be one of the greatest grindhouse flicks I have ever seen. It's right up there with Thriller: A Cruel Picture. That might be a little better than this, but this was fucking awesome. It was like a mix of Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, with all that outlandish shit, and Stanley, with the killer creature aspect. Because above creature features, I fucking love biker films. Biker exploitation is my favorite, but this is my second favorite, and this is even better than Stanley. As where Stanley had a few issues, with the animal cruelty. The film got slow after, right near the end. The film got slow. This is never slow. It may be in a few parts, but very small parts. The most of this film is just a really awesome, fucking badass gore ride, and every character is fucking insane in the best way. And I love the general atmosphere of this flick. It very much could be a spin-off of Texas Chainsaw Massacre, because I can see Judd as maybe like a far-off member of one of the Sawyers. I mean, this takes place in the swampy side of Texas, so I think it could be possible. We never learned this guy's last name, so I'm gonna coin him as Judd Sawyer, because he has to be. This guy definitely has to be one of the Sawyers. But I also like to think that that this flick takes place in Sally's dream, because we all know that after the events of Texas Chainsaw Massacre, after she escaped Leatherface, she ended up going to a mental asylum. So I like to think that this movie is somewhat canon, but in her mind, like she dreamed all this, kind of like how Pam dreamed the entirety of Dallas season 9, one of the final good seasons of Dallas. And since the alligator didn't have a name, I decided to name him Ernie. I don't know why. I like naming fucking creatures and creature feature flicks. Now on to the strengths. The music is very synthy, but otherworldly. It's like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre's music, like the original, but put in a more synthy kind of style, and it's really good. And I love the atmosphere. The atmosphere makes it feel so dreamlike. Like everything, that's why I like to believe that this is like Sally's dream of sorts, because everything is hyped up to the extreme. Where Texas Chainsaw, it felt realistic, it felt documentary-like, it gradually builded on its narrative. This here just goes all out right from the beginning. And speaking of that, Tarantino clearly stole the, I'm Buck and I'm raring to fuck. You know, he stole that from Robert Englund, which this is one of his earlier films, because the first film he starred in was in 1974, so this is like his 6th film he's ever done, or like ever acted in. And he's not in it that much, but he does a pretty serviceable job. Um, I also love the colors. The colors made it look very much like a giallo. You know, you got a lot of reds, you got a lot of blues, and this is very obviously filmed on a soundstage, which almost gives it like a sitcom-y feel to it. And I hate to make this comparison because it really doesn't match up with the movie at all. But the sets here, like the swampy sets, sort of remind me of the swampier sets from Dinosaurs. You know, the Dinosaurs fucking sitcom. Yeah, I don't know why. It just kind of reminded me of that. The side characters are fucking hilarious. The father character, I don't know what his name is. And in all the reviews I've watched this film, everyone keeps mentioning how he's been in a film called Phantom of the Paradise, which I haven't seen, but everyone keeps saying it's like another balls to the walls crazy exploitation flick, which I might review it. In that case, I loved him in this, so I'm probably gonna watch that, you know? The dad is just so fucking insane. Right after his daughter gets her dog eaten by good old Ernie, he fucking barks at her, and he's like making all kinds of weird noises. And like I showed at the beginning, when his wife glares at him, he does this. He's like, you know, he does a weird squeal noise. And my bud Jordan made a joke that fucking made me laugh out loud. He's like, asshole men who want to beat their wives in the 50s, but the 60s come around. So it was a dark joke, but it was fucking hilarious. And oh yeah, what are some other good side characters? Yeah, Buck was pretty funny. And the deaths are really gory and satisfying. Sure, some of them are not really great. Like the first death is not, you don't see anything, but they get great. Especially, I love the father's death. I think that's my favorite death, and also Judd's death. Judd's death is fucking hilarious. And I actually predicted his death. I predicted it. Like, usually it's Jordan that predicts the fucking deaths in these movies, or not the deaths, but like general things in these movies. But for the first fucking time, I predicted. I was like, you know what? I predict he's gonna fucking get eaten by his little pet alligator there. And now more on to Judd. He is a fucking great villain. He is one of the best actors in this entire film. Yeah, he's over the top, but he's so good at playing a rambling madman that you're almost thinking that, wait, I don't even know if this guy's acting, because how immersed he is in this role. I don't think I've ever seen any of Neville Brant. I don't think I've seen him in many movies. I think this is my very first movie I've seen him in, but he is a very serviceable actor. And he sort of looks a bit like a combination of John Denver and Richard Boone. Like, I'm not even kidding. He does look like a mixture of the two. And now for the weaknesses. The effects are pretty terrible. The alligator does look plastic as hell. Like, it's a lot smaller than I expected, because I thought it was going to be a lot bigger. But I can deal with it. Honestly, I think the alligator looking pretty fake adds to the movie's charm. The little girl is really annoying. Like, when she screams, she straight up sounds like a fucking bat. Like, no joke, she sounds like a bat when she screams, like a fucking bat shriek, and it gets on my nerves. Every scene she's in, you know, it's fucking annoying. And the police scenes are a little dry. They're a little uneventful. Like, it's just them sitting there talking. They're not horrible actors. They're just a little wooden. The best actors are definitely Marilyn Burns. She's good, even though she's kind of mostly tied up in the bed the whole movie. Of course, Neville Brant, fucking Robert Englund in a very early role. All great. Now, despite the film's apparent flaws, I don't believe it deserves all the hate that the critics are giving it. You know, because there's always those fucking assholes who are like, oh, this film's not like Texas Chainsaw, so it's stupid. Do you really want the motherfucker to make the same film over and over? I'm glad that he tries to variate his style with each film. It really shows how creative he is. Now, this film may not be highbrow or high art or anything, but it's definitely a serviceable and great watch for anyone who enjoys exploitation flicks. What would I rate this film? I'd have to give it a definite 8 out of 10, just out of pure enjoyment. Yeah, the effects aren't great, but some of the writing, the atmosphere, just how the film looks, and how fucking nutty it is, I loved it. It was very enjoyable for me. So, I would definitely recommend it. Well, guys, that was my review of Eaten Alive, and I will see you all next time.